Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. In today's video, we're going to be trying out this foundation, which is the EXA High Fidelity Foundation. I found it at ulta.com and we're going to be testing it out and see how good it is. And if you want to see my thoughts and opinions about this foundation, just keep on watching. And if you're new here to my channel, hello, my name is Paulina. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. And let's get started with this review. So the foundation comes in a bottle like this. Very cute. It's a glass bottle, and then when you open it up, it does have a pump, which is nice because I really like foundations that have a pump. It makes it easier to dispense the product. The name of this foundation is the High Fidelity Foundation from EXA. They do have 43 shades, and it does retail for $38, which is a little bit expensive. But yeah, it does retail for $38, and you do get 1.1 fluid ounce of product for $38. And this foundation is clean, vegan, cruelty-free, and it's a semi-satin finish buildable foundation, so you could build it up to a full coverage. So we're gonna see how this foundation is gonna work on my skin, because I do have more combo skin, but right now it's more on the drier side, and I do have acne-prone skin. As you can see, I have some stuff going on my skin, and I do have discoloration. But we'll see how this foundation works. They do have a primer, but I didn't bought the primer because, again, it's a little bit expensive and it was adding up, and I just really wanted to test out the foundation. And I prepped my skin already. I did my moisturizer, my SPF, so my skin is prepped and ready for foundation. And the shade that I picked up, it was in the shade 470, which is the name Stefania. And to apply this foundation, I'm going to use this e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. It's a really good brush, inexpensive brush, foundation brush. I really like it, so we're going to use that. And then let me open this up. I think it's ready to be pumped. I'm going to pump it in the back of my hand first. Okay. So I did like 2 pumps, and this is how it looks. It's kind of runny, so it is very runny foundation. And it is a semi-satin finish foundation. It's kind of runny, so I'm going to get that. I'm going to pick it up with my brush. I should have pumped it on my other hand because I'm left-handed. So we're going to try this. Still have a lot. This foundation does have a smell. The smell is not bad. It kind of smells like oranges. Yeah, this foundation does have a smell. It's not a bad smell, but it's not a good smell either. But it does have a strong smell. And I think I did match myself correctly with this foundation. And it says you can use your fingertips or any application you like, sponge. I'm going to use a brush just to make it easier for myself. I'm going to pump it directly into the brush because I feel like I lost product while picking it up. Oh yeah. I'm going to move some here. Yeah, definitely I lost product on my hand when I pumped it in my hand first. I really like how it's looking. It's very glowy. It is a semi-satin finish foundation, but it does have that kind of luminosity to the skin. And this foundation, you can only find it at Ulta and their EXA website, I believe. They don't have it online. They don't have it in store. They only have it online. The good thing about this foundation is cruelty-free, vegan-free, and it's buildable. So if you want like a sheer coverage or if you want a full coverage. I like that. I'm gonna do 1 pump to the other side. So this is how much product I'm gonna do to the other side. The only thing I would like for a foundation, for me personally, is to have SPF, because sometimes, I forget to put SPF, and I like it when foundations have SPF, but that's just my preference. Go here. I like the shade. It did match me correctly. I was a little bit scared because when I was seeing the shade ranges, I was like, oh God, I don't know if I'm this or that. But I chose 470 Stefania shade, and so far it looks like it's my my shade. So this is how my face looks with basically one pump to each side of my face. And I have to say, I really like how my skin looks. It looks very dewy, very luminous. And this is a semi-satin. Although it is a semi-satin finish foundation, I feel like it's more luminosity. As you can see, my skin is glowing. And like I said, I do have combo skin, but sometimes it's a little bit drier, a little bit more oily, depending on the season. Right now, it's more combo. I do have some like dry patches around my face here and on my cheeks where I have acne. But it did a good job covering my acne, although you can still see it here. But it did a good job covering those areas. I'm going to apply just a little bit more on those areas to see how much coverage it gives me. And I'm literally just going to use like a little dot. I'm going to put a little dot here and a little dot here just to add more coverage there. You could actually build it up. You could keep adding more and more layers, but I feel like this is perfect. I like how my skin looks. It looks very natural, very glowy, very dewy. I like how it looks, and I think if you wanted to set this foundation, you could set it with powder and it will look good, but I'm not going to set it because I want to test it out and see how it's going to look throughout the day. But so far, I like how my skin looks. It looks healthy, glowy, and it looks like alive, which is really good, and I really like how my skin is looking. So this is a little bit of a close-up of my skin, and so far it looks really good. Even though I have acne, you can't see it. Like, it did a good job of covering those areas, and I really like how it matched my skin very good. And it just looks very glowy, very natural. But I do have to say, where I have like huge pores, it's kind of sitting on top of those pores. But for me, that's very normal for foundations to do that, to go into my pores, because I do have huge pores. But so far, it looks good. For concealer, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Concealer Matte Velvet and the Rare Beauty Concealer. The Makeup Forever Matte Velvet, it's in shade 2.3, and the Rare Beauty is in shade 270. And I'm going to mix those two because the Makeup Forever is a little bit too drying for me. And I feel like mixing it, it's really good. So I'm going to add a little bit like this. And a little bit of this. And then using the same brush that I did to apply the foundation, I'm just going to blend that out. So this is how my skin is looking with the foundation and the concealers, and I definitely have to say I'm really impressed how this foundation is sitting on my face. I really like how my skin looks, very glowy, very natural. Really, really like it. At this stage, you can use powder to set your foundation and concealer, but I'm not going to do it because I want to see how the foundation is going to be looking out throughout the day. For eyebrows, I'm going to be using this Arches and Halos. This is the Micro Defining Brow Pencil. I've been obsessed with this brow pencil. I bought this one at Rite Aid. They do have a display there, and oh my goodness, I've been in love with the pencil. It's a really good quality, very inexpensive. I think it was like $11.99 or $12.99. Very inexpensive compared to the high-end brand ones, and I've been obsessed with this pencil. If you're looking for a new eyebrow pencil, definitely recommend you the Arches and Halos. It's cruelty-free, vegan-free, hypoallergenic, so it's a really good brow pencil, and I really like how it just makes my eyebrows look very natural without being too much, and also too, the quality is amazing. And I bought mine at Rite Aid, but I think you can find them at Target as well. To add blush and bronzer, I'm going to use these nude sticks, the Nudies, and this is in the shade Bondi Bay and in the nude. These have become like my holy grail. I use them every day when I wear makeup for bronzer and for blush. They're really good quality. They do last a long time, and they do add like a nice healthy look to my skin, which I am obsessed for. And we're going to see how it works with the foundation. So that's a good way to find out if this is gonna work. So I'm gonna add this here, this here. Then I'm gonna use the Sephora Pro Contour Blush, contour number 74, to blend this out. So far, the foundation is not moving, because sometimes some foundations, when you're applying bronzer or blush, it moves around and you can see like a little patch going. But so far, this foundation is not doing that. And add a little bit more. One product I highly recommend is always having a good bronzer, because I feel like a bronzer just adds life to your skin and it just looks amazing. Now I'm going to apply blush. Sometimes working with cream products might be scary, but honestly, I've been really loving just using cream products on my skin. If you ever go overboard with blush or bronzer, you could just go back with your foundation brush and just clean that up. So this is how my skin is looking, and I really like how the blush and bronzer worked well with the foundation. I'm gonna go finish my eyes off camera and I'll be right back. So I'm back, and for my eyes, I use the Jaclyn Hill Original Palette for my eyeshadow, and for mascara, I use the Lancome Idole mascara. And so far, I really like how this looks. I really like how the foundation is looking on my skin. It looks very natural, very glowy, very dewy. Although it does say it's a semi-satin finish foundation, I feel like it's more dewy foundation, but I really like how it looks on my skin. It looks like I have highlighter on my skin without having highlighter. It just looks very glowy, and I really like how it looks on my skin. And then I have another new product that I got. I bought the Jaclyn Hill lip liner, and I use the shade Praline, I believe, and it's this beautiful reddish, tonish, brownish shade. So we're gonna use that one for my lips. I really like the shade of this lip liner. I'm very fanatic of lip liners. I prefer a lip liner than a liquid lipstick. I don't know, these days I just prefer a lip liner, and so far I like this one. It's very soft, very smooth, very buttery. I really like it, and I really like the shade of it. And then on top of that lip liner, I'm going to add a little bit of the Bondi Bay nude stick with my finger. I'm just going to add a little bit onto my lips. Overall, I have to say that I'm really impressed with this EXA foundation. I really like how it looks on the skin. It's very natural. It does give you coverage. It says it's a light to medium. It does say that you can build up the coverage, but I only use like one pump on each side of the face, and then I try to cover a little bit more where I have more acne. And so far, I really like how it looks on my skin, although it is settling into my pores. But I think if I use like a pore filling primer or something like that, it would work. But so far, I really like how it looks on my skin. It looks very natural, very glowy. I feel like if you're looking for a very dewy foundation, you're gonna love this foundation. Although it does say it's semi-satin finish, I feel like it's more dewy, more luminosity, because on my skin it looks very dewy, but I really like how it looks on my skin. I'm going to be wearing this foundation throughout the day, so definitely check out my description box where I will leave like my final review on this foundation. But so far, being my first impressions, I do have to say I really like how it looks on my skin. I really like how it is setting on my skin. I like how it worked with my cream bronzer and blush, and I feel like it really looks really great on my skin. It looks very healthy without being too drying on my skin, and I really like how it looks. The only downside of this foundation, it does cost $38, which is a little bit expensive for this foundation. But again, this foundation is vegan, cruelty-free, and it's very nice on the skin. It's very healthy on the skin. I really like how it looks on my skin. It looks like I have highlighter without even having a highlighter. And I do have a primer, but like I said, I didn't pick it up because it's a little bit expensive. It was adding up, and I just wanted to test out the foundation. And I have to say, by being my first impressions, I really like this foundation. It looks really good on my skin. I really like how it looks. But again, I'm going to be testing out throughout the day, and I will leave my final decision on the description box. And I hope this video was helpful for you in deciding whether or not you want to purchase this foundation. And if you did enjoy this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would deeply appreciate it if you would hit that red button below. And I'll see you in my next video, and thank you for watching.